5 things a man will never do for any woman, anywhere in the world, at any time. And number 1 is fall in love with a woman because she says she's in love with him. Girls, I know that our hearts spill over and we're moved by words, and we're moved by passion, and we're moved by, impassioned pleas of men and even other women. We fall in love with our ears. We navigate this world with our ears. And so we think that men do that too. That a man is going to fall in love with me if I just tell him how much I love him. If I just confess my feelings, he's going to fall in love with me. I was in New Hampshire a few months ago, and I was speaking to the lady who was selling me my letter, and she said, I asked her, because when people find out what I do for a living, they tend to find that rather fascinating and interesting. And so she said she's just been talking to her shrink, and she's been talking to her psych, and she's realized that, and she's always been in love with her best friend. So finally she's come up to it and she's worked it out, and she eventually told her best friend that she was in love with him. And I looked at her and she seemed, I'm so happy I told him and he chose me and we're together. But she had a hurting look on her face. So I was like, well, I hear you, but I don't understand why you have that look on your face, because you don't seem very happy about the arrangement. And she wouldn't let out because she didn't want to tell me the truth. But here was the truth. She said a few things that I already knew she was going to say. She wasn't sure he loved her back. I said to her, did he tell you that he loves you back? And she said, he said it came as a shock to him, and he's still processing, but in every way, his actions, his deeds are telling me that he loves me. He would give me the world. He would sell it and give it to me, because I can tell from his actions, but he hasn't actually said it back to me. And we are not really moving the relationship forward. She was very stoic and very brave, and she almost fell apart in the store. But I already knew that men don't fall in love with women because women have proclaimed their undying love to them. They will, however, if they're decent guys and they don't have any options, they will entertain you as a placeholder. You are going to feel that. You're going to feel that it's not reciprocal. Why? Because that's not how men fall in love. They don't fall in love in response to a woman's love. They fall in love because they have developed the appropriate vasopressin. They were a held attraction for long enough. They bonded with this woman. They fall in love over time. Men don't fall in love suddenly because you pronounce that you are in love. So we need to get over this idea that a man is just going to say, well, if that's how you feel, of course he will take you on if he's got nothing else going on, as sexual stability, as feminine energy around him. And men don't feel this heavy weight to be in love with your mate. They just feel like as long as she respects him, doesn't cause any trouble, he will show up for it. But what they don't always realize is that that mate will always feel that sense that she's not loved. Second is a man will never invest in a woman because she's investing in him. He will never do it. I don't care what they say on the internet. I don't care how much they scream, shout, and moan. What men really want is reciprocity. They want to invest and have it reciprocated in the way of appreciation, kind gestures, nurturing, sweetness, and other things that are not tangibles. This is what a masculine man wants. When a man, the only woman that a man invests in is a woman that a man values. When a man sees you as high value, when he values you for who you are, what you bring, the effervescence that you contribute to the relationship, then he will invest. He will invest to the degree that he finds you attractive. If he doesn't find you very attractive, he doesn't need to invest at the level. And so it's really important that you realize that pouring in and pouring in and pouring in and pouring into a man is not going to make him wake up one day and think, let me invest. All it's going to do is make him believe that he's that guy and worthy of everything that you choose to pour into him, until your cup is empty, his is full, and when the supply stops, he moves on to the next. So ladies, work on being a woman of high value. Work on being in a community of women that are high value, so that you know what it looks like, feels like, and moves like. The next one is a man will never commit to a woman because she's putting pressure on him. Girls, I get it. You've been dating this guy for forever. He's not making progress. He's not moving things forward. You're starting to wonder if you're losing the plot. Yes, I get it. But no man in this world has ever truly committed with his whole heart to a woman because she applied pressure. I'll tell you what, many men have put rings on the fingers of women they don't love, and women they will not commit to. They will stay in that relationship and seek sexual and emotional options beyond that relationship. A man will commit to the woman that he is afraid to lose. If you are not the kind of woman that a man is afraid to lose, then alas, you are not the woman that he will commit to. And so it's better to go and find somebody who values you for who you are and is not afraid to lose you, or level up your game and become a black swan so that this man values you and is afraid to lose you. Next, men do not cherish a woman who will not respect him. It is impossible for a man to show up in a cherishing, loving, giving way if he feels disrespected within the context of the relationship. So it's really important that we show respect, that we show kindness, that we show nurturing, and the man will cherish us. If there is no respect, this is currency for being cherished. For a man, cherishing us is currency for respect. So it's really important that we understand this dynamic and realize that a man's not going to cherish you because you begged, whined, cried, asked for more time, asked for more this, and been asking him for a long time. No, sweetie. You have to be respectful within the context of the relationship and actually understand what that means, because so many of us have no idea what it means to be respectful in the context of the relationship. Number 5, last but absolutely not least, a man will not ever provide for a woman who insists on doing it herself. He will never feel the need, the urge, the desire to provide for a woman who leads with her ability to provide for herself. Now that's okay if you're not looking for a provider. You go, girl. But if you're looking for a provider, as successful and as beautiful and as wonderful as you are, you have to be prepared to let him provide, let him pay, let him do all these things, and not resist it without feeling like by so doing you are somehow going to lose your ability, your no. If you feel that receiving something from a man means you cannot ever tell him no, then we have to do some inner work, because chances are there's some trauma around saying no. Chances are it's the way that you were brought up, when no was not accepted, when no was not respected, when no was punished. You need to reprogram your mind. Just because somebody gives you something of value, just because somebody invests in you, doesn't mean that you now owe them anything other than gratitude and thanksgiving. Beyond that, you don't need to feel obligated because you're allowing a man to invest in you in the way that you absolutely deserve. I hope that this video was helpful. I look forward to seeing you on my next one. And in the meantime, do take care of you. Love you lots. Bye-bye.